everyone, I'm Chester44 and welcome to this Let's Play of Hordes of the Underdark. Last episode, we made our way to speak with the Elder Brain. He would only convince the rest of the Illithid minds to abandon the Valsharess if we gave him that magic mirror we found in the winged elf town in order to make them more powerful. I refused. We're now slaughtering this place. The other Overminds will not withdraw their support, but at least we're getting to kill a bunch of slavers. And we're not allowing them to become more powerful. Oh? I have nothing else to say to you, Surfacer. Be about your business. Is that so? I'm surprised that they are still here and not trying to kill me for killing their Overmind. Very well, then. I say we go down here and free the slaves.
Yeah?
Back again. Didn't I make myself clear last time? It's my job to make sure no one but the Preparer sees the thralls who are marked for the pits. I think you need to die now. A feisty one, eh? My masters will enjoy your antics once you've been made a thrall and thrown into the arena. Yeah, you're gonna die. I don't care for you.
Let's cut its beard off
Down
once
you
it's
go.
dead.
Pretty sure you probably have the key to this place. Oh, look at that. You got a +4 Dwarven War Axe? Sure, why not? And the Prison Master Key. Excellent. Yes, they are open. Alright, we've got a door here. Oh, these must be the slaves that are trapped in here. Let's take a look in the other rooms first. Those must be the ones who are... Yes! Those are gladiators. They're still free. And here... these are just the slaves. These must be other types of creatures. Kill the guards. Alright. Got a Drider in here. I guess these are the more monstrous foes. We'll get some loot out of it, I think. Wait, Pearl of Bashing. The small pearl has some mysterious symbols engraved on its surface. Interesting. Potion of Death Armor. Ooh. Interesting. I think we might get some interesting loot out of this. I wonder what the Pearl of Bashing is for.
How about thee?
Berserk Pressure. And it's dead. More Intellect Devourers. And a Battle Devourer. Oh, we can kill these easily enough, I guess. Killing the Illithid's pets. I don't have a problem with that. Ooh. Weapons. +1 light crossbow. +2 bullets. +2 bolts. Here we have a greatsword, a +4 whip, a +4 sickle, 2 +1 daggers, and in here we have a longsword, bastard sword, +1 mace, and a +4 mace. A regular longsword, and a +4 bastard sword. Oh, that's nice. A
That's it
manticore.
for you. Take that.
Unexpected. Alright. Let's talk with the gladiators slaves up here. Argosis. A drow thrall steps up to you, his head held high. Where is the warden? Who are you? The warden is dead. I killed him myself. A gleam of wild hope appears in his eye. Dead? I am Argosis, leader of these thralls. Are you here to set us free, or do you also serve the Illithid? Hold on, I have some questions for you. The drow shakes his head. We can't waste time with your questions. If the Illithid discover the warden is dead, our one chance at escape is lost. We have to strike now, while we have the advantage of surprise. It is our only chance for freedom. Battle on, Argosis. To arms, my brothers! Freedom or death! Now, my brothers, we shall gain our freedom. Indeed, you shall. And with that, freedom or death? Freedom.
Foul-tasting thing!
And more hostiles. So much for the merchant.
Foul-tasting!
Slaughter them. Summon them live, and free the slaves. For each slave that reaches freedom, we gain extra experience. How nice. Excellent. Well, it's a pity that one must have killed one or two slaves. Oh, darn. A little assistance, Nathira, if you don't mind. Thank you. And with that, the slaves are freed. You freed a group of thralls from the pens of Zorvak'Mur. Under their leader, Argosis, they've launched a bid for freedom. The only downside is that you've likely destroyed any chance you had. Well, I kinda already did. We had no intention of gaining their support.
You shall fall!
Tasting thing, hit it again!
I have done so. Pity all their slaves.
Cut you down!
Pity we have to kill all their slaves.
Let's cut its bit!
It is unfortunate. Sadly, I think their minds were lost. And there was nothing we could do. Really? One of them actually had wine? Alright. Alright. Let's head back to town and report in. As I said, I'm pretty sure she won't be... Oh.
Our surfacer has grown to be a considerable problem. Why is it that you have not done as I have commanded, Mephistopheles? Why does the surfacer yet live?
It is as I have already spoken, great Valcheress.
No! I will not believe it! I will not have it! I have bound you, foul devil, and you will do as I say.
I cannot do what is beyond my power, great Valcheress.
So you say. If you are attempting to elude me, Mephistopheles, I will discover it. You are mine to command.
I am, as you say, yours to command.
This surfacer has proven elusive, too difficult to eliminate. Perhaps there is something to what you say. Perhaps there is more here than meets the eye. You, male, send for my commanders. I desire their presence now. I will gather all my remaining forces if I must. The rebels must be dealt with, and the surfacer will hide from me no longer.
I must say, the Valcheress is getting quite desperate, is she not? Let us return to camp. Oh yes, and just because I'm here, let's, beacon. Give you this one. Missiles. I'll give you these bolts. Really, you're using poison bolts of all things. I mean, you're not really using much in the way of bolts. Let's see, lesser dispel. Blast weapon. Milf's acid arrow. Can you actually use that? Huh. Only usable by paladin, but you can use it. Alright, that. Continual flame. Hold person. Black blade. What the hell is Black Blade of Disaster? The caster creates a black blade-shaped planar rift resembling... Wow. Interesting. Max haste. Keen edge. Electric jolt. Alright. Excuse me. Alright. Oh, no, I didn't want to go through that. I want to get down there so we can return to the camp. Sell all the loot we got, and report in. Fortunately, with all of us having haste, we're able to get there very quickly and easily. I approve. Ah, the lovely music again. I do so enjoy it. And once we're safely in camp, I believe we'll be able to rest. I mean, we can probably rest here. This is probably a safe location, but... we'll rest later. Since we have all this loot, I think perhaps we'll start by selling all of it. May as well. We'll report in afterwards. Resolve here.
Well met.
We see our inventory. We have many things to sell. I don't think we need a wand of a lesser something. We're getting a fair bit of loot. And here's the valuable things. There we go. Mace +4, Dwarven War Axe. The thing's so valuable that we are maxing out what we're getting out of it. Which really does suck. I want all the money I can get out of these things. The fact that there's a limit really irritates me. Still, we got a lot. We are in good shape. And what is this Pearl of Bashing? Look at this, I don't need it anymore. And this, I can leave off. I think I'll go ahead and put this in here, and I'll put the Pearl of Bashing. Well, yeah, I'll put the Pearl of Bashing in here. I have no idea what the purpose of this is. It'll be interesting to find out, hopefully sometime in the future. I would like to get another upgrade for Enseric, but I believe that will have to wait a while. I don't want to spend too much money. I'm going to need as much money as I can. First things first.
Hello.
You recognize this woman as the thrall you helped escape from the ill-fated city of Zorvak'Mur. Obviously, she managed to deliver your message to the seer. She smiles at your approach. Liam, I'm glad to see you here. It gives me a chance to thank you. If you hadn't sent me to deliver your message, I would still be a thrall to the Illithid. Once the Valsharess is defeated, the seer has promised to send scouts to lead me back to the surface. This wouldn't have been possible without you, Liam. Thank you. Of course.
I trust all goes well. Have you any news to report? Have you made any progress in your efforts to weaken the Valsharess and her followers?
Yes. I destroyed the Overmind of Zorvak'Mur. The seer shakes her head sadly. Normally, I would rejoice in the destruction of such evil, but killing the Overmind will not stop the other Illithid from aiding the Valsharess. Our only hope was to persuade the Overmind to convince the other brains of the Elder Concord to withdraw Illithid support from the Valsharess en masse. But I suppose what's done is done. Have you word of anything else? That's all for now. You have done much for us, Liam. The Valsharess will not be able to ignore your actions for much longer. Is there anything else you require of me? No, that is it. Nathira, do you have anything to say? No, you do not. Deacon, what about you? You do not. What is your level right now? Red Dragon Disciple 8. Nice. And Nathira? 1039. Okay. Let's give a rest here. Regain everything we can. All that we've done. I would like to be able to do a bit more damage with another type of weapon, but I think we'll stick with what we've got.
Do you have a moment?
Oh.
There is something I wish to tell you.
Yes, Nathira?
I just wanted you to know that I'm starting to understand why the Valsharess is afraid of you, and why the Seer has so much faith in you.
Are you saying you doubted the Seer's visions? No, my faith in the Seer and Illustre has always been strong. However, it is nice to see some tangible proof of our beliefs. Nathira casts her eyes downwards. Sometimes I wonder where I would be had I not converted to the faith of Illustre. I imagine what would have happened if I had actually killed the Seer. Killed the Seer? What do you mean? Nathira looks surprised. Have I not told you this tale yet? When I was one of the Red Sisters, back when I still served the Valsharess, I was sent to kill the Seer. I haven't heard this tale yet. This was less than a year ago, shortly after the Valsharess transcended the ambitions of the other matron mothers and began her true rise to power. The Seer had been leading expeditions into the Underdark. She and her followers came to spread the teachings of Illustre, and to aid those who wanted to escape to the surface. Several important agents in the service of the Valsharess converted at the Seer's urging and abandoned their former mistress. Obviously, the Valsharess could not allow this to continue. So she sent you to end the problem. I was one of the Valsharess's top assassins, ambitious and capable. She told me that if I brought her the Seer's head, she would make me a trainer within the Red Sisters. A great honor. I began by studying the teaching of Illustre. I wanted to know the enemy I faced. The lessons they taught were strange to me. Mercy, compassion, forgiveness, redemption. All the time I thought these things to be nothing but foolish ideals, and dismissed them out of hand. I saw them only as a way to gain an advantage over my target. Obviously, you don't feel that way now. No, and I suppose I might not really have felt that way even back then. Studying the teachings of Elistray planted the seeds of my conversion in my heart and mind, though I was unaware of it. I infiltrated the Seer's camp, posing as a would-be convert. It was a simple matter to arrange a face-to-face meeting with my victim. To my surprise, I was even allowed to meet with her alone. Alone with the Seer, I pulled my blade and moved forward to strike her down. She sat there, motionless. There was no fear in her eyes, no surprise. It was as if she had expected this. She had seen you in a vision, hadn't she? Perhaps, though at the time I was not aware of her gift. All I knew was that for the first time my victim was not afraid of death. Though I meant to kill her, something stayed my hand. It may have been divine intervention by Elistray herself, or perhaps it was my own conscience. Whatever the reason, my hand was paralyzed, my blade frozen in my grip. The Seer looked at me and said, "You must choose, Nethira. Strike me down and the Val'sharess will shower you with riches. Or let me live and be redeemed at the feet of the Lady Elistray." The strange paralysis holding my hand was broken. My will was once more my own, and instead of striking her down, I knelt before her and laid my knife at her feet. And you've served the Seer ever since? Yes, since that day I have devoted myself to the Seer and the Lady Elistray. But enough of this. We must continue on our adventure and find a way to stop the Val'sharess. Nothing else matters right now.
I suppose we can spare a few moments away from our quest to speak. What do you want to talk about?
Yes, if I may, I want to talk to you about Elistray. I will gladly talk about the Lady of Moonlight with you, but I am hardly an expert. I have only recently come to understand her faith. What do the followers of Elistray believe in? Elistray is the goddess of moonlight and the stars, things the Drow no longer see, things we have forgotten. She is also the goddess of mercy, forgiveness, and redemption. All who come to her in search of a better way are welcome. Even one such as I, an assassin stained with 100 deaths, is accepted. Elistray believes we can transcend what we once were. If Elistray preaches mercy and forgiveness, why are we doing so much killing in her service? That is a question many ask the followers of Elistray, but the answer is simple. We believe in mercy and forgiveness, but we are not fools. We defend ourselves against our enemies. We will not allow ourselves to be tossed into a pit to be devoured by terrible beasts while our enemies laugh and watch. We will martyr ourselves for the cause, but we will not die senselessly. However, if our enemy sincerely wishes to change, then we will accept them and forgive them for the injuries they have done us in the past. As I said, even a sinner like me can be saved. If anyone can be saved, what about the Val'sharess? Should the Val'sharess be sincere in her desire to convert, she would be welcomed here. But I doubt she will show up to supplicate herself before the Seer anytime soon. The Seer has the vision to see what is truly in a person's heart. She can tell if someone is sincere in their faith, or only using the words as a shield to hide their true intent. That was why I was accepted, despite my past. The Seer could see that I was sincere in my desire to worship Elistray and receive her forgiveness. Is that why you're helping me now? Some kind of penance for past sins? She shakes her head. I do not have to earn my way to redemption. Elistray absolves me of my past sins because in my heart I know what I did was wrong. Salvation is a gift freely given. That is what makes Elistray different from the other gods. She doesn't demand that I serve her, but I serve her because I believe in her, and I believe I can help save others. And I wonder how many paladins there are that serve Elistray. That would be interesting. I'm glad you found your salvation. Nethira casts her eyes down to the ground. I must be honest with you, Liam. I know the Lady Elistray accepts all, but sometimes I feel unworthy of even worshipping her. There is so much blood on my hands, so much in my life that I look back on in shame. How How can I live with myself knowing all the things I've done that I can never take back? Maybe part of worshipping Elistray is learning to forgive yourself. Yes, I suppose you are right. Elistray accepts me for what I am now, without reservation or judgment. I should try to do the same. But sometimes the faces of my victims still haunt me. I dream of them. Did you know that? They stare at me with unblinking eyes full of accusation and hatred. Is there anything I can do to help? No, I don't think so. I'm sorry, this is something I must work through on my own. You cannot help me with this, Liam. Nobody can. I will try to keep my mind focused on what we are doing here. I won't let my own self-doubt cripple our mission. I promise you that. Forgive me, but I don't feel much like talking about this anymore. Let's just move on.
Yes, is there something? I suppose we can spare a...
Alright. I will return, because I need to see if Valen has anything to say.
I am yours to come.
I want to know more about you. Valen ponders for a long moment before looking over at you, reluctance evident on his features. I think there is something else I would speak of first. I have been wrong about something. About you. I owe you an apology. An apology? For what? Although I have a feeling I know. He ponders for a moment, obviously going over what he wants to say in his head. Ever since the seer foretold your coming, I have resented you. A little. I think it was more because I wanted to be the one who kept the seer safe. I had been working so long to save the rebels, I did not want someone bursting in and taking all the credit. So I convinced myself you could not be trusted, that perhaps the seer's vision was wrong. And yet you have proven yourself time and time again. I am very sorry. Thank you, Valen. I appreciate your candor. I am glad. It has been good to fight at your side so far on this journey. I begin to believe that perhaps we really will win against the Valshiress. I feel I must warn you, however, she may not even be our true opponent. If she holds an archdevil captive, he may indeed be far more powerful than she. What do you know about him? Little. My old master, however, was a dread Balor known as Grimasht, one of the most powerful of all Tanar'ri. Yet an archdevil such as one of the Valshiress holds would laugh at his abilities. I say this because he may be the primary reason that the Valshiress possesses the power she does. If we could find out how she controls him, and perhaps break that control, then we might have a chance. But perhaps it is pointless to speak of this now until we learn more. Let us continue on our path.
I am yours to command.
Let me take some water and then speak. Tell me how you escaped Grimasht. It was not easy. After so many months of torture, I was hardly in the shape to battle anyone. So what happened? Grimasht held me in one of his towers on a more remote abyssal plane. He kept many of his valuables there, things he wished to visit and marvel over from time to time. I was but one possession on display. I suppose I should be thankful that he put me in such a place. It made a very inviting target to it for attack, which it eventually was. The tower was attacked? Wouldn't that put you in more danger? If it had been attacked by Batezu, perhaps. This was an outlaw force of Tanar'ri led by another Balor, however. They wanted nothing to do with me. No, they came for other, more material valuables. They drew off Grimasht's guards and tore the building asunder. This opened my cage, allowing me to escape. So you escaped by pure luck? He smirks gently. At first. I still had to carve a path for myself out of the abyss. Grimasht was not about to let me go easily once he found out. How did you get out of the abyss, then? There are ways out of any plane if you know where to look for them. Some portals are natural, some placed long ago and forgotten, some new. I was determined to find one, and I did. A Maralith, who was something of a competitor for Grimasht, agreed to allow me to use her portal to sigil in exchange for a favor. What kind of favor? His blush increases and he looks away. I'd really rather not say. Oh my. And so you went straight to the Seer. Not initially. I had to fight away from Sigil to this world first, and then I had to find the Seer. No easy task when you don't know your way around. It took me years. Wait, you fought in the war for 20 years, and then it took you years to find her. Just how old are you? He looks a little sheepish. I don't actually know. How can you not know? When I fought in the Blood Wars, I was a mindless soldier. Time passed, but I had little recollection of much of it. And my demonic blood makes my age hard to guess. Huh. Did Grimosh come after you? Did I not already say before that he did? Yes, of course, many times. I was no longer the young child that he could scoop up and capture, however. Each of his minions I dealt death to, and when the day came for Grimosh to come to me personally, it was his turn to perish. Glorious day indeed. You enjoyed it. His smile is grim. I believe that Grimosh had his end coming too. How could you defeat a demon you yourself said was so powerful? A Balor can be defeated like any other demon. Or archdevil, for that matter. If you possess a weapon that is enchanted well enough, you can strike through their defenses. Just strike hard. So what came next? The obvious thing, of course. Although it took me many months of searching, I found the Seer at last. And it was as if she had expected me all along. His eyes grow calm as he stares off into space. She coaxed my humanity out of me. I will always have her to thank for that. Do you ever fear you will lose your humanity again? Sometimes. When I fight, there are moments when I fear my rage will take me over forever again. I feel as I did in the Abyss. That is a cold and lonely place, Liam. I wish to be a good man, and I want to die that way. But enough of my prattle. Let's get back to what we are doing.
I am yours to...
And that appears to be all. Alright. Wait here until I return.
Is there
Nathira,
something else you need from...
you're coming with me. And that is where I shall end this episode. Because it's gone on long enough. A few minutes longer, I think. But I feel content with what we did. We took out, an entire Illithid colony, and freed all the slaves within. Hopefully they find a place to remain safe. I don't know if they went to the camp or not. I didn't see them, but I didn't go looking. One can only hope. And at least we managed to free a human slave as well. And she got to the camp and will be safe. The Overmind may be joining in and will be fighting Illithid in the battle to come, because there surely will be a battle to come. But I feel confident in my abilities to take them out. I'm sure we will be able to take them out, especially with those golems on our side. Next episode, I believe we'll head to the West Tunnels. It'll be very interesting to see what is down this path. But that'll be in the next episode. So, until then, I'm Chester44. That is Ken Daniels, Nathira, and Deacon. This has been a Let's Play of Hordes of the Underdark. And I shall see you all next time.